I know my video is long overdue. Hey guys, thanks for tuning into Mental Mondays, and today I want to talk about energy. Your energy, my energy, our energy, and I especially want to talk about good vibes only. You may have heard of it, and kind of fake energy as well. Just fake energy. Actually, let's start with that. So good vibes only, you see it in captions, you see it on merchandise, and I definitely feel like it's a phrase that has been overused and abused. So what I mean by that is people will do things that rightfully causes a negative reaction in you, and when it's time for them to deal with the reactions of their actions, they don't want to deal with it. They'll tell you to stop being so negative, even though their negative actions or words or whatever it is that they did is the one that caused this reaction.
So stop
using positivity to tell people how they should feel, okay?
Especially
if you're the one who inflicted that motherfucking pain. Because being positive isn't about masking your anger or sadness. It's about dealing with it, working through it, feel it, and fuel it. You need to rise above it. You don't mask it and just let it fester and bubble up under you. Hello. So if you look at the phrase good vibes only, this isn't about music. This isn't about skippy laddie dying to the beat, to a happy beat at all times. Vibes mean vibration. So if you want good vibes only, it's on you and only you to create a space to be in a higher vibration and on a higher frequency. And once you're already there, then you can attract like-minded people and people who are on the same frequency as you, so you don't get brought back down to a lower vibration. And that's what good vibes only really means. That's what good vibes is, vibing with people who are on your frequency and on your page, and there's an easygoing flow. I am just so motherfucking sick and tired, you guys, of seeing people act in such a negative way, and when people react accordingly, they don't know how to handle it. All of a sudden, they're acting like the other person is the negative person, and as if they didn't create all this.
Like, what? My actions have repercussions? What?
Bitch, it's the real world. Yes, it does. Because you can't talk about
good vibes only, positive vibes only,
when you yourself are not on that vibration. Because it doesn't matter what you motherfucking say. If your actions are low frequency, it is not possible for you to demand someone else to react in a higher frequency or in a higher vibration, because you are essentially asking them to provide a vibration that you are lacking. You can only get that from yourself, okay? You're not going to get that vibration from me or from the next person or from the next person. You can keep trying and trying, and that's why you can keep burning yourself out every motherfucking time and masking yourself with this fake positivity shit. Okay? But no.
and
On top of that, it is not your motherfucking call. It is not your decision to tell someone when they should get over or move on from a situation. You're not even over your situation, and you don't even realize it. That's why you're over here masking with a bunch of fake positivity and not knowing what the fuck you're really saying. Nothing. 2 + 2 does not equal 4 in your world, even though you think it does. So sometimes this is a manipulation and gaslighting thing, but I think a lot of people are really just so damaged inside that they learned about positivity on a surface level and they're trying to implement it, but they're going about it in the wrong way. They have so many issues themselves that they don't even know what the fuck they're doing or what the fuck they're saying. And that's why knowledge is power, right? So it's kind of like throwing salt in your drink and you think it's sugar, like you genuinely think it's sugar, but it's salt. And then you give that drink to your friend and now they're pissed the fuck off because you left a salty aftertaste in their mouth. You know, you left a salty taste in their mouth, so they're like, and you're confused. You don't know what the hell's going on because you think it's all sugar and la la lollipops over here, and that's where the disconnect is. You know what I'm saying? Like, does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Okay, so now I want to talk about fake energy. And when I say fake energy, I mean they're literally pretending. They're putting on a facade to make you think they are one way when they're really not. It's sad to say, but I've noticed it's kind of common for people to put on this facade as if they're into this spirituality stuff, as if they're woke and they're into energy and positive vibration and love, attraction and crystals and soulmates. And it's like, okay, but if you pay attention to these people, the ones that are putting on a facade, you'll know that it's bullshit if you're really paying attention and observing, because they can only put on an act for so long, and it really is a facade. And you can see the disconnect with people who are genuinely about it and people who are just saying it just to say it, just because it sounds nice and it sounds like the nice thing to say. I don't know. I don't know what they think, but they know that people like us, we tend to be the most loving, the most giving, the most understanding. We have the most to give in terms of emotion, you know? So people who are putting on a facade and trying to reel those type of people in intentionally, like they are targeting you. They're trying to target you. So you need to really be careful and
Protect your energy.
so anyways, just be careful with your energy, you guys. You know, people will talk and talk and talk, but you have to look at their actions and what they're really about and how they're really projecting themselves onto the world and how they're treating other people. If they have genuine energy, you know, if they're talking about all this stuff and they're moving sneaky and they're moving shady and you're just like, things are not adding up.
Okay.
That's that fake energy that you need to dust the fuck off. So anyways, I say all this to say that in all scenarios, it's important, so important, you guys, to protect your energy. I definitely believe that every single interaction matters and makes an impact. It's like their energy stays with you. It's like an invisible aura that gets added to you. And the longer and the more impactful that interaction is, the larger that aura is within you. So this is another reason, guys, why self-awareness is so important, because when you are self-aware, you can really differentiate your energy from other people's energy. And if they are shifting your energy, you can bring yourself back to it through self-awareness. And once you get really good at it, once you become the master of your own emotions, then you can stay in your energy and not allow people to affect you at all. But it's really important that you're honest with yourself, and you know, you're not just like, well, people don't affect me, I don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck. It's like, okay, yes, we all do not give a fuck. We would all like to not give a flying fuck, okay? And I think most of us don't, but the reality is there's certain things that stick with us subconsciously, and that is the point that I'm trying to make, okay? You need to take a look at your aura, your energy, the subconscious, the behind the scenes, the BTS, okay? So some of you may be saying, well, people don't affect me, I do me, whatever, whatever. And yes, I get it, okay? I get it. But these situations, these energies, affect you the most when it comes to the people that you have already formed a strong connection with, that you already have a bond with. And those are the hardest connections to break. So this is most relevant when it comes to the people that you already have a strong bond, or that you already have a connection with, that you've had a connection with for years. Longtime friends and best friends that have had your back, family members, your partner. It's not always about the energy that we come across, but the energy that we choose to keep around us. And sometimes we can be blind to that. So I guess this is more so for my spiritually enlightened people who are on a new wave, who are embracing a new energy. When you start seeing everything on a higher perspective and you're on a higher vibration,
Feeling good and everything's like, ooh.
and everything is flowing smoothly. But then you start noticing all your connections and how it's slowly starting to deteriorate in a way. There's like a disconnect. There's this like blockage, and the way that you connect with people, the way you used to connect with people, it doesn't mesh anymore. So it's like they're standing on the ground and you're flying up in the air, and there's a tie that's connecting you two. And so you're still tied to each other, but that's that struggling connection that's left between you two. So all you want is for them to join you up there. That's all you want. Like, you really go above and beyond to help them get up there and join you up there, but it is not possible. And there's this quote that I came across that says, you cannot speak butterfly language to caterpillar people. And that's why I always use hashtag butterfly language or the butterfly emoji. But anyways, that's just so true. And I'm not saying this to be condescending, because we are all caterpillar people at some point. Our level of progression does not define if we are better than or less than anyone. We're just on different paths and we're on different journeys now. We are now on different vibrations, and that's why we are now clashing. So when you've, elevated to a different vibration and you start understanding and seeing things on a different level, and other people around you are not, there's just that clash, right? So that rope, all that rope is doing is keeping you tethered back. It's limiting you. They're holding you hostage, and you're trying to fly, and you're trying to drag them with you off the ground, and it's not working. You got to cut the cord. Just cut the cord. It'll be okay. Just cut the cord, okay? And I am a firm believer in everything happens
For a motherfucking reason.
So if this person is meant to be in your life, it'll be full circle. They'll come back around. And there is a huge difference between trying and fighting for a relationship that may have the potential to work out, just because there was some miscommunication and whatever. But then there's forcing something to the point where it's draining all of your energy.
Cut it.
So again, you guys, protect your energy. That's what this really is about. Whether it's someone that's really close to you, someone you're just running into, someone you work with, I don't give a fuck who it is, okay? If you are not in that same vibration with them, know how to protect yourself. So again, protect your energy, you guys. If somebody is not adding to your life and they're weighing you down, there is no need, zero need to entertain them. And it's really that simple. It's really that simple. But we obviously choose to complicate it because of the ties that we have to these people. But just choose yourself.
Self-love, self-love.
Choose yourself. Move on, do you, and you will just elevate so much more. And maybe they'll meet you there one day. Who knows? But just focus on you, okay? Focus on your energy. Energy. There's a reason, you guys. There's a reason why successful people always talk about gratitude and energy and all these things. Listen to the people who you would like to be like, people that are in the positions that you want to be in, not the people who are in the position that you are currently in. Okay, so anyways, this can kind of be a lonely energy to transition into because, well, first of all, not only is your alone time important as hell already, but on top of that, you have that disconnect with people now, and so it's really easy to fall back and be introverted and be in a shell and just be isolated from the world, and that's not what you want either. You still need that balance. Balance is key as well. So I think we just need to come together and find each other and show each other love and support and all that mushy gushy stuff. Your vibe attracts your tribe, so surround yourself with that vibe that you want. Be the vibe that you want first, and that vibe will come to you.
Saint Gloriana, I don't want you on my page, Glockiana.